Hello everyone, it's Thursday. Today's video, as I said last week, is going to be a thank you to many people in my life who not only have influenced me since I moved here to Toledo, but also who just are really, really important to me. Now, slight caveat, I do have a list that I'm going to be referring to, and I realize that because I am human and I tend to forget things, there might be some names that I have left off this list. But I really wanted to make this as personal as I possibly could. If your name is not listed and you know me well and you're watching, I'm very sorry that for some reason my mind did not remember you specifically. But know that I remember you, and if for some reason I do remember that I left your name off, I'll put a comment below saying like I should have put this person's name in. Also, I will only be giving out first names because I just don't want to dox anyone. With that being said, the first set of thank yous obviously has to go to my parents and my sister Dana. I can't even put into words the support that they continue to give me. My parents specifically, to both Dana and I, but also, especially since we've grown up and become adults now, Dana and I are a lot closer and a lot nicer to each other than we were when we were younger, but I just feel like that comes with growing up. The rest of my extended family that's still here, my grandmother, who I call Baba, who you've all met before. I did an interview with her back around Thanksgiving last year. I'll put a card up here, you can go and watch that. It's a really nice time. It's always good to see her. So her as well, and then my aunt, who I call Chachi, and my Uncle John as well. Just again, continued support, different kind of support than my parents, because they're obviously not my parents, so they support me in different ways. So yeah, I just want to thank them again for all that they've done for me across my life, and then the rest of my extended family, my Uncle Rich and my Aunt Mary, my Uncle James and my Aunt Renata, and my Aunt Mary Lou, probably one of my biggest YouTube followers, subscriber people ever, who I think watches almost every single video I make. Thank you all for just supporting me and helping me become who I am today in whatever ways that you have and whatever ways that you can. Thank you for being in my life and being a part of my life in the ways that you have been. Moving on to my group of friends now, I have three big names that I need to say first, and they are, of course, Dan, Eric, and Seth. The three of you guys to me are just such a blessing in my life, obviously in different ways because the three of you came into my life at different times and for different reasons. But the three of you specifically are just such a blessing to me, and I'm so blessed and honored to know the three of you and to call the three of you friends in the various ways that I have. So just thank you for the memories that we have together, and I look forward to making new ones into the future in whatever ways that we can. Moving on to a couple other groups of friends, specific out here in Toledo, we got Tom and Sarah, we got Dave and Whitney, we got Dan and Jen, we got Megan, we got Taylor and Caitlin. There's a bunch of other people from the Ballroom Company as well. We got people like Gil, Candace, Mike, Andrea, Edwin, Ryan, Dave. We got Kristen, Rhonda, Ben, Cheryl. Yeah, Cheryl, forgot about her. There's a bunch of other people there a lot of people who I haven't seen in a while because I haven't been there in months, but just thank you all for welcoming me into that dance community. It's been so great, and I really miss going down there. Just thank you all for welcoming me and being so great and helping me get better at dance. Moving back further east to some of the people I know from back when I lived in Pennsylvania, we got two rail fan friends, my friend JJ, who lives down in Virginia, and my other friend Brock, who lives in the Harrisburg area. Lots of great memories with these guys over the years. And I really want to thank the two of you for just being so influential to me and helping me in various different ways over the course of the last several years that I've known you. So thank you. Moving on to my teacher colleagues at school. I've had the chance to work with every teacher in the building in various different ways, but there are several teachers who I've had the pleasure of working with a little more closely than others. Not to diminish the relationships I have with the other teachers, it's just the job that I have works in conjunction more closely with certain teachers than others. So some of those people, we have Marty, we have Patrice, Tammy, Robert, Sue, Linda, Tabitha, Diane. You guys and everyone else at school are just such a blessing. You've helped me in ways that you probably don't even know, so thank you for that. Thank you for being in my life, and thank you for allowing me to be in your life. A couple people from the parish who lead the parish. We got Father Dave, and we have our two religious sisters, Sister Marilyn and Sister Constance. Thank you just so much for witnessing to the faith and helping me to grow in my own faith as well. And then a bunch of the parishioners from my parish. I have a note here for the parishioners that says all the Johns, all the Bobs, all the Joes and all of the Steves that I know, because there's a lot of them. But if your name is John, Bob, Steve, or what was the other one? Joe, you are appreciated. Thank you for being in my life. We got a couple other unique names. We got Tim, we got Doug, we got Mary, Dave, Claire, Marie, Marianne, and really everyone else who I've been able to connect with in some way, whether it's through the music ministry or even through the retreats. I gotta tell you, some of the guys that I've met, the guys specifically, because it's the men's retreats that I've been on, the witness that some of them have to their faith is so inspiring, and it's just helped me so much be more open to the Holy Spirit working in my life. So who else is on here? Greg, Darla, Martha's on here, and then I have some families on here. We got Mike and Jen. Mike's the guy who gave me some recipes for What's for Dinner. Him and his family have been a blessing to me in many ways. We got Carly and Nate, who hosted me for Christmas. Jen and Mike also hosted me for Christmas, but Carly and Nate did as well. We got Mike and Christy, we got Matt and Wendy, Jim and Maureen, Joe and Janelle, and the Cherries. Thank you all so much. Oh, I should have said both Cherries. Thank you all so much for everything that you've given to me over the last 5 years or so. And then finally, to the newest community that I'm a part of, the online Game of Favorites and the Catholic Twitter community, with a big shout out to the man Peter, who really brought all this together through Game of Favorites. I want to thank Peter so much for being so welcoming into that Game of Favorites community. It's been a real blessing getting to know him, if he's watching, I don't know if he is, but getting to know him and everyone else through that community. Who else? We got Rachel, and there's a ton of Rachels in this community, so if your name is Rachel, know it's you that I'm talking to. We got Alex, we got Jacob, we got Faith. Well, we have two Faiths. We have Faith, and then we have Faith Ann. Both Sean's, Sarah, Britt, Jenny, Clara, Matt, Puddle, Ann, Steve, Luke, Nick, Connor, and anyone else who I've interacted with on Game of Favorites or Twitter or whatever other platform that we see each other. It's been such a blessing getting to know a bunch of you over the last few months. It's really made the whole thing going on now in the world a lot easier. So that's where my list ends. Again, please don't feel bad if I didn't say your name, because as I said at the beginning, it's difficult for me to remember every person. My friendships are very important to me, and when I lose friends, that's very devastating to me. I don't like losing friends, even if it's for like small things, trivial things, or even something that I did that I didn't realize that I did. So if you're watching and I didn't say your name or I don't know you personally, just thank you so much for being here. Whether you're new, whether you've been here since I started doing this in 2015, thank you for watching, for being a part of whatever it is that you've done in my life. Yeah, that's all I got. The list ended, so that's where I'm going to end this. So thank you all for watching. I was on Game of Favorites again a couple weeks ago. Peter did a charity stream for his birthday. You'll have to go and see if I won. I'm not saying if I won or not, but you really should watch to the end, because at least the end of my episode. I was on the third episode, which would be the 5-hour-long stream on his Twitch, which I'll link in the description below. But anyway, at the very end of the show that I was on, something quite funny happened. It involved a potato and a sound effect from some sort of anime that I'm just not going to say. I'll link Peter's Twitch in the description below. By now, I think the subscribe and the video should have shown up, so if not, yay, there they are. So hopefully they're there right now. Thank you again for watching. I really appreciate, again, all of you. Whether I know you in real life or not, or I know you through the internet, you're all a blessing to me. And thank you so much for being a part of my life. God bless, and I'll see you next week.